It is 1:30. It is the 21st day of December. Bah humbug. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming. The OGGM with the OGGM year in review. Well, I was going to do a year in review. I said I was going to do a year in review. I'm looking at the top stories for the year in our hobby, and sadly, most of them have to do with lawsuits, diversity, controversy, inclusion, racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, blah, 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 and that our hobby isn't diverse enough. Our hobby isn't open enough. And I don't know how to approach that because until recently, I was under the impression it was. That role-playing, Dungeons & Dragons, whatever you want to call this, was super diverse. Everybody was welcome at the game table. At no point did we ever say you couldn't play our game because you're a... We would say, you know what, you can't play our game because you're a fucking jerk. But we never say, hey, you can't sit at our table because you're a... whatever. Insert token diversity here. We were all, anybody who wanted to play was welcome to play. If you got along with everybody else at the table, great. If you didn't, sometimes people would be jerks about it. Sometimes people would be cool about it. Sometimes people would be like me and be like, you know what, you're not enjoying this game. It's not a good fit. Let me help you find a game that does fit. Blah, 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 whatever. I didn't know this was a problem until people started saying, oh, well, the role-playing is not diverse enough. It's not open enough. It's not blah, blah, blah enough. Well, here's a controversial response to that that's probably going to get me a lot of thumbs downs. You know what? It doesn't have to be. Dungeons & Dragons does not have to be diverse. This hammer does not have to be diverse. Dungeons & Dragons does not have to be diverse. Dungeons & Dragons is a tool. This is a tool. A hammer's job is to hammer things. That's it. No more, no less. It has no other job other than to hammer things. It doesn't have to be open and immersive and diverse and anything else because it's a tool. It's an inanimate object. It has no opinion whatsoever. Dungeons & Dragons is a tool. It doesn't have to be open, immersive, diverse, whatever. It's a tool. It has one job: to tell to create a series of rules where a group of people can tell a story about knights and wizards and dragons. There are other rules, but this one is the most popular. So this is the one we're going to talk about. It doesn't have to be diverse because it's a tool. And tools are just things. They have no opinion. It is the people that use these tools that can choose to be open and diverse or not. Now, we would like you all to be open and diverse and loving and embracing of every culture, but we know there's people out there who don't. And some of us think that's okay, and some of us think that's completely wrong. That's not the point. The point is, this is America, and you're whether we like it or not, you're allowed to think those thoughts because freedom of speech says that you can, even if they're horrible, awful thoughts. You know, like homophobia is bad, and we know there are homophobics out there, but you kind of are allowed to be homophobic in America because freedom of speech and freedom of thought and freedom to pursue life, and hopefully we can create a culture and a society and a form of communication where those issues can be addressed. Using Dungeons & Dragons as a tool to address those issues is fine, if that is what the group of individuals want to do. If you want to be an open and diverse and welcoming and, inclusive group, great. If you don't, I think that's wrong, but that's not the point. You can do that. You don't have to be diverse. We would like you if you were. I think the world would be a better place if we were all open and inclusive and addressing these social issues in positive, proactive ways instead of the way we are with just calling everybody a racist. You called Mike Poundsmith a racist because of one scene in Cyberpunk without knowing anything about the man, without anything knowing about the game, without anything knowing about the genre. You saw a demo, and in that demo you saw one scene And you instantly, without doing any research whatsoever, said that Mike Poundsmith was a racist and transphobic, the game was racist and transphobic, whatever. And without even addressing the actual issue that he's not. And it's one scene from the demo. Really, you should be more concerned about how glitchy the game is and how much money was lost. But no, because Cyberpunk has to be diverse and inclusive. No, it doesn't. It's a tool. This is a tool. This is a tool. These are tools. This is tools. This thing is a tool. It doesn't have to be anything other than a book and a hammer. You can choose to be inclusive. You can choose to be diverse. You can choose to welcome anybody and everybody at your gaming table because you think they will be a good fit of your gaming table. Not because of what they look like, what they sound like, how they act, their sexual politics, whatever. All the whole schmugglebaggle of whatever it is that includes in diversity and conclusion. I don't even know what it is anymore because as far as I'm concerned, we're all whatever. It just is. Everybody poops. Everybody poops, as far as I know. Well, at least 99.9% of us poop in one form or another. So we're all equal. We're all even. We're all fucking the same. We all bleed red blood, and we all poop. So if somebody doesn't fit in your table, it's because somebody doesn't fit in your table, not because of who they are or what they look like or what they think or blah, 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 blah. It is not the job of this to be inclusive. It's our job to be inclusive. It is our job to break through this Orwellian wall of hate that we are just reinforcing on both sides of the political spectrum. We're just becoming the society of anger and hate and frustration and finger pointing, and obviously COVID isn't helping. But this should just be a tool that lets you address those issues and says, hey, I'm running D&D. You interested in playing? Great. Put I don't care. And I don't care. I don't care. What you do in the privacy of your own home, don't care. What you do at this table is all that matters. How you treat the other players and me as the DM at this table is all that matters. Whoever you are, you're wonderful if you're happy being who you are. And if using this as a tool helps you be happier, great. Because that's all it is a tool to play a game. Nothing more. This is a tool. This is a tool. I'm a tool. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming. I was going to do the year in review for news, but 99% of the news is lawsuits and diversity and hate and it's just... This isn't what our hobby should be about. And that's sad that it has just become about that. But maybe I'm wrong. What the fuck do I know? I'm wearing a bah humbug hat. If you appreciate this content and want to see more, comment down below. If you don't appreciate this content and you're planning on unsubscribing, let me know why, because I can't fix it if you don't tell me what's broken. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, please consider subscribing. It helps me know what direction you want the OGGM Adventures to take in 2021, and it helps you know when the next post is up. The goal is still 250 subs by the end of the year. Can we hit it? If we can, I'm gonna do something crazy. Till then, bah humbug.